on, guys? We are formerly known as 1878 Casuals. Now we are depressed 1878 Casuals at the first game of the season. I think we all knew that it was going to be a shit show when we saw McFred in the midfield.
And Maguire.
Maguire's fine.
Maguire is fine, actually. But
Varane is so disappointing. I thought we signed Varane to be like that.
He's healthy.
That guy, yeah, he's healthy. It's fine. But we signed him like he was going to be like another next level player.
Yeah,
and Real Madrid, like they had us on that one.
Real Madrid and Bayern Munich don't let their good players go.
Listen. Varane didn't play today, so let's not bring him up. He's like, what the fuck did I do?
Wasn't
McFred.
He wasn't good enough to play.
McFred's
That's what he
the
did.
problem. I believe Luke Shaw. Okay, let's start with McFred. Scotty's a car crash everywhere he goes. Meaning that the only activity he does, he's wrecking the play. He doesn't control the ball. He doesn't pass the ball. He's not doing football shit.
He's a bulldog.
And the Fellini type is good for a certain thing, but not when teams are playing football. Brighton played football. They just picked their moments. They attacked. They caught us out of space. That's a whole nother video. But we lost the midfield battle until McFred was out. And then what happened? The ball was moving. Donnie had the ball moving. Eriksson was in the right place. Another person was key. You got to start CR7. The man knows what he's doing. For some reason, he was going in spaces. He was making runs where defenders, he was opening up the game. Rashford.
Was he playing today? Was Rashford out there? Shit.
Rashford can't be our striker. I don't fault Erik ten Hag for putting him up there because maybe he hadn't seen previous tapes of Rashford being the striker and him just not being able to cut the mustard. But I think it just I want to slam his head into a brick wall. But Avram Glazer being at the game today,
with that stupid look on his face,
hopefully he will see that and go, okay, we are shit. We need more players.
He's dreaming about Tom.
But I'm not putting any faith
dreaming
into
about saving money,
anything.
and I feel like they're running off of the fumes of the preseason and the excitement of having the new coach. And we have a really good history of winning our opening game of the season, but we normally always win, especially against a team like Brighton. We don't have that fear anymore. Like they're ready to fucking go, and they're not afraid. So then today, I feel as though Ten Hag could have used the substitutions a little bit earlier.
Agreed.
Because he kind of just let them fucking go after seeing them make mistakes after mistakes. And he kind of just I don't know what he was doing. Maybe just kind of getting a feel for the stadium and a feel for an actual Premier League game. But against Brighton, we need results. The only person that, to me, was a shining hope is Martinez. Martinez was all over the fucking pitch. And he looks like a fucking bright light.
He had a belting shot, too.
He did.
He's very solid.
If it wasn't for the defense, he would have fucking made that.
He doesn't get pushed around.
Hopefully, Ten Hag learned a lot today. And I think, in some ways, he's been questioned right now. Because we all know what McFred did. We all watched it. I'm not gonna blame that, but Malacia looked very productive all preseason, and he started Shaw. But I get it. He's a British international. He's a professional.
Well, Malacia has also not played any Premier League footy.
And we don't know what it looked like in training the whole week, right?
Sure.
We know what we saw, though. Malacia was very dynamic. He opens up the field. He's a threat.
He looked good.
Just having him as a speed threat, and he's not a bad defender.
No.
He was just, the first preseason game, he looked nervous. The other one, I was like, okay, this guy could do it. Now, that's the whole difference. I think Ten Hag trusted a lot of professional internationals. Hopefully, he's a man who seems to be the one who changes and can think on the go. He's got to make some big moves. The McFred thing, what happened? Fred went out, we looked a little bit better. When Scotty and Fred was out, the ball was moving. Boom, boom, boom. Donnie was doing stuff.
It's because Fred and Scott, they can play. It's not like they're bad players. They're not bad players.
They just can't play together.
And the problem is, I think that because they don't have that calming element next to them, they panic. And if you get in their face, and a lot of these players, especially in the Premier League, a lot of these teams, they press them. They're like, we know United is erratic in the midfield, and they create those problems where we can't make those short little, let me get out of trouble passes. We give the ball away,
Right.
and now they're back down the other end threatening us, and we know the defense is not. We're shaky back there anyway, so it creates more problems. We can't ever just sit there and control it. That's why I'm like, why wouldn't you play Garner? Garner's got to play the next game for me.
Oh, what are you gonna say? What are you gonna say? Hold
Do you
on.
think Ten Hag did that on purpose to show that
I think
our
he did do it on
midfield is?
purpose.
He
saw
wanted to
it.
play Fred
Avram's in the-
McTominay again.
Avram's in the stand, and he's showing Avram, look, bro,
But it doesn't
you
work.
need to be in
Hold on.
Barcelona tomorrow.
How many managers have done this? Like, I'm going to prove to you that these guys are shit.
But how many times
And
does
then
Avram
the
actually have the
Glazers
game?
don't jump.
But Ten Hag is a different
But the Glazers
manager.
are never at the
They
game.
just took out $11 million 2 weeks ago, and we're bantering and barter with for Anthony over what $10 million. They just took out 11. So I don't get it.
Well, 80 million for Anthony is still a lot of money. I mean, I would
For a player that's had one good year.
I would have.
We need to go midfield.
I would have done 60. I think 60 would have been okay. 60 million for him, but
You need to go midfield heavy. I would call Dion
Our midfield
tomorrow
is our
and
biggest-
tonight. Be like, what do you want? Are you on? You gonna come? Or you gotta go? I'll go get Fabian Ruiz. I'll go get
he's going to PSG.
take him off the list. The guy from Lyon, I'll go get him. I can't say his like Unwar or something. Go get Tillmans. Leicester City's got financial problems.
I like Garner. I like Garner. I think
Garner's good.
I'm disappointed Garner didn't start today.
I mean,
You know,
there's options for the midfield in terms of like who we can bring in, but then it comes down to Ten Hag's preference of the type of player that he wants, and if all these people that are available. Because I remember
Yeah, ladies.
Hausen was talking about this cat Mateus Nunez. I know you watch some of his stuff from Sporting. He's a monster, and I think he's like 45, 50
40
or
million,
something like
40
that
million.
$1 million.
We can get two for.
Why not go for him?
Listen, I think
But maybe he doesn't fit Ten Hag's style.
that's my whole point. I think for Ten Hag, he's got a specific mindset on who he likes. And I think the other problem, too, is we're talking about all these other players. He's just got his scouting system in place now. And, like, these guys have got to go out
All
and
new guys.
watch
Let's do this.
players.
Let's wrap it up. Do your party message. Let's get out of here
This is all I got to say.
because we're miserable.
This is all I got to say. But, you know, we were expecting the worst, hoping for the best today. And
we got the worst.
And Brighton is not like that's a shit team. Like they're probably going to finish in the mid-table, but that's not a bad team. And Graham Potter is a good manager, okay? And they've got talent. Graham Potter's a good manager. They've got talent, and I think we exposed that we still have some issues. And it's telling that Ten Hag used almost the same 11 that we had last year.
It looked like a Ragnar team.
It literally looked like a Radnick or an Ollie team, and I think that was the main issue.
I mean, it's a bad start. And I feel like we need to give him the time. Obviously, we wanted the best today, but we're at home. We should be winning at home. It felt like we were just mopped around in our own fucking stadium. So right now, I mean, we're going to take the loss, but we need to see improvement. I want to see what he's going to do next match because he's going to yell at these fucking kids, and I really hope he does. And if he doesn't, then we're going to see what kind of manager we have for the rest of the season. I believe in him, but we need to see where it's going to go.
I think he's different to any manager we've had post Sir Alex Ferguson. I think he checks a lot more of the boxes in terms of whether or not he will be successful.
He likes the youth players.
He
You
likes
give him
the
a
youth.
chance.
He clearly has good man management. His tactics are good.
He likes the press, even though we weren't really consistent with
Yeah.
that today.
He has the knowledge. He has the brain to be successful. And so
It's not a one-year thing.
It's not.
As supporters,
we want it to be. We want to see instant
Oh, yeah.
results, and it's just not going to happen like that.
No. Well, you even see.
Go ahead.
I'm behind the
just gonna
camera.
say you see-
Okay, well, we're all disappointed. There's a lot of problems that were here last year. we're counting, we're trusting in our gaffer's going to fix it.